conflict for the bully and adapt him to the setting and consider their uh, redemption. That's what. Let's go with today's event first.
And
Yes, of
Vicky,
course.
can you
Ozark.
read on
I'm
our
so
behalf?
excited. I'm so excited, guys.
Sure. Okay.
I spend like 20 minutes, brewing my coffee, and I love brewing my coffee in the morning.
We're live, aren't we, Vicky?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh,
Okay.
yes,
So
we are.
we are live. All right.
Excellent.
Hey,
Reading of
people from YouTube, hello to you. Anyone who's watching.
and then I'm going to live record on our screen here too.
Sweet.
All right.
There we go. We are
Awesome.
live on YouTube.
Good morning, everyone. Oh, sorry,
Good morning, everyone, or good
I
evening,
think
as the
it's
time may
good
be.
evening there. Yeah.
Ready to
Good
read
morning for me, sure.
for you our pilot episode of Ozark, named
What?
The Lake of the Ozarks in Missouri. One of the, as you'll find out, largest lakes with lots of coastline, and apparently really good in this case, in this particular episode, for drug trafficking. So we'll see how that goes. I don't think it actually is in real life, but who knows? This is we're going to start with some introductions. So if you could tell folks out there your name, your pronouns, where you are at, what part or parts you are playing, and where people can find you on social media. We'll go ahead and start with Vicky.
Hello, everyone. I'm Vicky Dykes. I'm from Central Alberta, a small town, Penhold. My pronouns are she, her. And tonight I'm going to be reading for Wendy Bird and quite a few smaller parts, like the blonde hooker, young wife, etc. And I will be actions and descriptions in the third part. If you want to find me on social media, I'm on YouTube, not YouTube. Hello, we are on YouTube. I'm on Instagram as Yogagramma10, and I'm on Facebook. That's the word that's eluding me, as Vicky Dykes.
Awesome. Aubrey.
Hi there. I'm Aubrey. My pronouns are, I don't care. They're arbitrary to me. You call me whatever you like. I am from California, and I am playing the part of Arturo and a bunch of other little parts. Like I'll be reading action descriptions. I'm playing just a few other parts. I'm playing like Shelby and some other smaller broker, parts like that. You can find me either on YouTube under different channels that I'm under. You can also find me on Instagram under Lucy and the Fair. You can find me on Spotify where my music is, and yeah, that's pretty much me.
All right, sounds great. Let's go over to Jen.
Hi, everybody. I'm Jen. My pronouns are she, her. I'm from New Jersey, and I'm playing Marty tonight, Marty Bird. And you can find me in the Facebook group for this.
Awesome. See Samantha.
Hi, I'm Samantha Toberman. I'm in the mountains. Oh, I'm she, her. Mountains of Colorado, where we just had more snow. And you can probably find me in the group here.
Okay. And Abiskar.
Hello, my name is Abiskar, and I love films. I love writing. I love writing poems. I love my coffee. I love playing my guitar. That is with me all the time. And I love Table Read Tuesdays. And I'm today we're reading Ozark pilot episode, and I'm going to role play young husband Jonah Bird and few other characters. And you can find me on Instagram for being Abiskar. I'm sure Kat will put them down there. And yeah, that was it. And I'm from Nepal, the land of mountains, the
So it's
biggest, tallest mountains in the world.
all right,
Yeah.
and I'm your host this evening, Kat Wilson, she, her, Gig Harbor, Washington. And tonight I'll be playing Actions and Descriptions, the first part. Charlotte, Bob, one of the Hansons, a receptionist, a broker, and an FBI agent. And when I'm not here at Read Tuesdays, you can find me at Two Households in Fair Corona, a Shakespeare reading group. Oh, and it looks like a cat just snuck into the office, so we'll see how that goes.
Cat disturbing
Yes,
her.
you might see a few pop up on our screen today. We love seeing our cats, but they may be wreaking havoc. So we'll be taking turns reading actions and descriptions this evening, and we don't have scene breaks per se in the script, but we do have page numbers in the script. So hopefully you've written down your page numbers, and if not, I can go ahead and share that real quick here.
No, you haven't given me the access yet.
Okay. Oh, well, you should be able to get to the,
Uh,
here, I'm going to share the script here first, and then get to our cast list here. Okay.
and also, thanks to all these ladies for showing up and all these talented women
Okay,
here.
so let's see. Action descriptions go through page 815, and then let's see, Aubrey, you have them from page 15 to 28.
Yep.
Vicky, you have them from page 28 to 40, and there'll be some overlap on those pages where the scene ends. There goes the cat. Let's see. So Samantha, you've got 40 to 60, and then Abisker, it looks like you've got the last 7 pages or 8 pages or so from the tail end there. Everyone have all that?
Yes.
Okay, all right, then we'll go over here to the script. Is that a large enough size for you all?
Mhm.
Yeah,
Okay,
pretty perfect.
we'll get going. Ozark, the pilot, written by Bill Dubuque, story by Bill Dubuque and Mark Williams. Media rights capital, Zero Gravity Management. Distant thunder booms, fades. Exterior lake, dusk. An isolated cove, water still, smooth. Fireflies blink in the thick woods crowding the shore.
Scratch.
16-foot aluminum flat boat runs ashore. A sun-faded outboard motor. A fishing pole. Cheap flashlight. 2 party-sized bags of melting ice. 3 large dead catfish. A grinning catfish logo on a small plastic tub. Catfish Dan's bloodbait.
Wampum. Dough. Sugar. Clams. Loot. Dead presidents. The technically incorrect, as neither Hamilton nor Franklin were ever president. Bills, bones, bread, bucks. Money. That which separates the halves.
A man sneezes, off stage, faint. From the woods, a second sneeze. Exterior Ozark forest, dusk. A pair of heavy wheeled Coleman coolers roll through flattened weeds. Pulling the coolers, a man's chigger-bitten legs trudge, flip-flops muddy.
From the have-nots. But what is money, really? Everything if you don't have it, right?
Marty Bird, 40s, halts his cooler pulling. Unshaven, hair matted with sweat, a week-old bruise colors a puffy eye. He blows snot into weeds, wipes his face with the bottom of his sweat-soaked Dale Earnhardt No. 3 t-shirt.
Half of all American adults have more credit card debt than savings. 25% have no savings at all. And only 15% of the population is on track to fund even 1 year of retirement.
Thunder cracks several miles away. Prompted, he picks up the telescoping handles on his cooler and drags. Exterior lake, Marty's boat, night. Marty quick flips a large folding knife open, slices a bag of ice, empties half into a cooler, ice spilling, and tops it with 2 catfish from the floor of the boat, shuts the lid.
Which means the other 85% can continue to live in the style to which they've become accustomed only if they're lucky enough to die within a year of retiring.
Exterior lake, Marty's boat moving, night. Marty's boat rises, falls in rough chop. He hand twists the outboard throttle, squints. Lightning flashes right, he looks, catches a glimpse of a huge lake, rock cliffs.
Suggesting what? The middle class is evaporating? The American dream is dead? Yes and no.
Thunder rolls on his left now. He notices a pair of lights, blinking, rising, falling, but not in tandem. What the?
You wouldn't be here if the latter were true. See, I think most people just have a fundamentally flawed view of money. what it is, what it can do and cannot do.
He twists the throttle hard. The outboard whines, the thunder louder. He abandons the throttle. The boat slows as he searches the floor.
Is it simply an agreed upon unit of exchange for goods and services?
A deafening roar. Marty finds a flashlight, clicks it on, light pointed at the rear, clicking it off, on, giving up, throwing himself across the two coolers, bracing as
$3.70 for a gallon of milk? $30 to cut your grass.
two 40-foot cigarette boats materialize, 1,000 horses each. They sandwich Marty and scream by.
Or is it an intangible? Security, happiness, peace of mind.
The tiny boat bucks on massive swells. Water sprays. Marty shuts his eyes, hugs the decks, hugs the shifting coolers, waiting to capsize. Exterior lake covered dock. Exterior lake covered dock, night. Rain hammers a sheet metal roof. Sheet metal roof, there we go. Beneath it, Marty hunkers in his boat, waits out the storm, sheltered, drenched.
Let me propose a third option. Money is a measuring device, not unlike a yardstick or barometer.
Behind him, on the slope, a ramshackle structure on stilts, more fishing cabin than house. Marty watches the rain divot the surface of the lake, lost in thought, numb.
Let me explain. The author Jack Kerouac once said, "You won't remember the time you spent working in your office and mowing your lawn. Climb that goddamn mountain." It's good advice for a bum.
Exterior lake, Marty's boat moving, night. Rain over. Hugging the shoreline, Marty motors past the base of a rock bluff, looks up at the lights spilling from a multi-million-dollar mansion perched high above.
The hard reality is, how much or how little money we accumulate in life isn't a function of who's president, the economy, bubbles bursting, bad breaks and bosses.
Exterior marina, Marty's boat, night. Marty's boat tied off, parked. Bass boats, pontoon boats, family craft occupy the neighboring slips. Marty stands in his boat, balances, and hoists a cooler onto the dock.
It's about the American work ethic, the one that made us the greatest country on earth.
Exterior motel parking lot, night. Marty muscles the second cooler into the open tailgate of a minivan, next to the first. He slams the hatch closed, 4 smiling stick figures stuck to the back window. Dad, mom, daughter, and son.
It's about bucking the media's opinion as to what constitutes a good parent, deciding instead to miss the ball game, play, concert, because you've resolved to work and invest in your family's future.
Interior Marty's minivan, moving, night. Marty at the wheel, headlights on an unmarked blacktop, forest close on both sides. He checks his rear view, anxious. Hits the brake as a plump possum waddles onto the road. The animal glares at him, hisses.
It's about ignoring the clarion call of the indolent to work smarter, not harder, and doing both. Taking responsibility for the consequences of our actions.
Marty white-knuckles the wheel, frustration, anger, regret spilling. He screams and guns it. The minivan kabumps twice. Exterior metal shed, night. 3 dead catfish, mixed with melting ice, lay in a gravel lot in front of a large windowless metal shed.
Patience, frugality, sacrifice.
Interior metal shed, night. Dim. And there goes the cat. 1 ceiling-mounted light bulb on. A derelict pontoon boat rests on a rusty boat trailer. Tires deflated. Rotten.
And when you boil it down to its least common denominator, what do all those things have in common?
A Coolman cooler. Lit up. Empty.
Their choices.
Marty lifts a shrink-wrapped block from the second cooler, hauls it to one end of a steel pontoon, the end of the pontoon sawed off.
Good ones, bad ones, for better or worse. Money's not peace of mind.
The shrink-wrapped block beneath the light, cash visible through the plastic, hundreds of thousands. He squats, squints into the hollow pontoon.
Money's not happiness. It's not even a unit of exchange.
Filled with cash. Millions. Marty levers the pontoon shut, stands, checks his space. Satisfied. He pulls a light chain. Dark. Interior Little and Bird Financial Advisors Lobby Day. Little and Bird Financial Advisors stenciled on a storefront window. Naperville, Illinois in the background. Pedestrians, car passing, a receptionist at a tidy desk, moving into
Money is at its essence.
the interior of Marty's office. Day. Marty, clean shaven, shirt and tie, behind his desk, snaps a dollar bill, concludes his presentation.
The measure of a man's choices.
A young husband and wife sit facing him, unsure how to proceed. Who's our young husband?
Happy
Oh, sorry.
score.
I was really snapped. Oh, we're really just getting started looking at interviewing. I guess you would say financial advisors.
Understood. You're doing your due diligence.
Mr. Bird,
Marty.
Marty, we don't really know that much about stocks. Invest in.
Oh, well, I kind of do. I do. I just don't have time to do the research.
We just want to be comfortable with who we trust our money to.
Marty's desktop monitor signals an incoming email. He cuts his eyes to the inbox. Subject, don't open at work.
Well, the point is, I don't have time.
Of course you don't. It's not what you do, it's what I do. Tell me, what are your financial goals? Do you have a 5-year plan?
Careful not to offend, Marty clicks on the email. Eyes dart from the couple to the paperclip symbol for attachment.
We want to finish the basement, ideally, and we'd like a pool.
Marty nods, opens the attachment, angles his monitor away from the couple, presses the volume key down. On screen, an amateur but stable feed, the camera fixed. A motel room. A man, 50. A pretty woman, strawberry blonde, late 30s. Kissing, groping, clothes coming off fast. Abskar? Abskar?
We don't need a pool. We're not getting a pool.
Marty, torn between the couple and his monitor.
Pools are tricky. You don't recoup your money when it's time to sell.
The on-screen couple, naked. Man's back to the camera. Strawberry blonde kneels. Hand cups his ass, filleting him.
As an investment, they're poor.
Young wife pouts. Marty tries to focus.
You have 2 children?
Marty fails. The man jerks Strawberry to her feet, pushes her on the bed, mounts her from behind, slaps her ass.
A boy and a girl, 3 and 5.
Marty flinches, stares. Strawberry looks over her shoulder, distinctive dark eyes. She licks her lips, turns her face from the camera. Man readies another ass slap.
How we doing, folks?
Marty fumble clicks the stream blank as Bruce Liddell whirlwinds in. If Bruce caught a glimpse of ass, he doesn't let it show.
Mr. and Mrs. Hunkins, the little and bird, Bruce Little.
Bruce, late 40s, a beefy build, trimmed by Brioni, shakes hands with the couple. He taps his watch at Marty.
Gotta be in the city at 4. Leaving 10? New customers?
They're in the process of interviewing financial advisors.
You didn't tell him?
Marty, husband and wife, exchanged confused smiles.
We handle the financial planning for 73% of all of Northwestern's surgical staff.
Abskar.
Wow.
Wow, that's our appointment. We're about to stop taking on new clients. There's an Edward Jones office on Wacker I hear does a halfway decent job.
Bruce glances at Marty, taps his watch. Husband motions to wife's purse, prompts her with a look. Bruce sees it.
Or 5,000 opens an account. Would you rather use a check or a credit card?
Check.
Exterior Chicago skyline, day, establishing. The sun sparkles off of countless windows. Interior high-rise, under construction, 50th floor, day. Roughed out, exposed studs, wiring. Liz, 30, a realtor and Bruce's fiance, shows the space. Marty and Bruce trail.
I think Liz is mine. Views of the Chicago River, room for expansion.
Liz hugs her iPad, a lunge-tone butt under a carefully chosen skirt, not tight so much as clingy.
It's perfect, baby.
He kisses her. She mock protests.
Not while I'm walking, Marty. Marty, what do you think? Don't you love it?
It's very nice, Liz.
Nice. Come on, you got no imagination. You get that corner, I'm in that corner. 20 people working for us, 2 receptionists.
Marty wanders, inspects, points to unframed window openings.
What kind of windows?
Liz looks to Bruce, puzzled.
The kind you see
Uh,
through.
Southern exposure. Depending on their performance rating, the cooling bill will be 15–20% higher in the summer.
Heating bill, 15 to 20% lower in the winter.
It doesn't work that way, I'm afraid.
Let's go call some clients, will you? Bird and I want to talk amongst ourselves.
Liz smiles, gives the men their space.
Okay, what? You're in a mood. What's the problem?
I'm not in a
You've
mood.
been in a mood for months.
I just don't think we need this.
Couple back at the shop? You're mad at me.
No, it wasn't.
Sorry, all right? What then? A place like this validates us. We're making money hand over fist. Tell me we don't need the higher rent on our books.
Marty squares up to the skyline, Bruce behind him.
70% of the surgeons at Northwestern?
I fucking knew it.
Not Naperville General, but Northwestern?
Bruce examines an overhead light fixture, joins Marty.
73. A good lie is all confidence and detail.
You didn't have to lie. They were almost there.
Did I hear patience, frugality, sacrifice?
You did.
Then they weren't almost there. Nobody wants to kneel at Marty Bird's economic stations of the cross. This is America. The sell-by date on that Pilgrim's Progress.
Delayed
Financial
gratification.
balls. Shit expired 50 years ago. You gotta dangle the dream, baby, then snatch it away. The dream's the hook. Fear of loss. Regret. That's the close.
You broke the law. $1,000 opens an IRA.
When you're selling dreams, people don't want a bargain. That's why I'm the salesman and you're the numbers guy.
Yeah, I'm the numbers guy.
Best I've ever seen. Why are you wasting time with walk-ins? That simpleton to be calling next week, telling you his wife just got 5 new friend requests and something must be going on over at Facebook. Bye. They're small fish. Throw them back in. They're not what we do. Those days are over.
Small fish protect bigger fish.
Marty takes a long beat, staring at the Chicago canyons.
When you think back about who you are, what you wanted to do, this it, Bruce?
You serious?
Bruce sees Marty struggle, emphasizes. A long beat.
Okay, I'll play. No, I wanted to own a restaurant. Comfort food. A micro cuisine Dago cracker hybrid. Lobster albonello with a side of cornbread. Maybe a little bakery counter off the one side. Had the name all picked out. This isn't about business, is it? I saw your screen when I walked in.
Marty squirms. A dodge forms on his lips.
If he catches you rubbing one out up to that amateur backdoor action, she'll crap a toaster. Hey, you know I get it. Semen's like snake venom. It's got to come out, preferably under suction. Plus, you and Wendy have been together how long? 20 years?
22.
Christ, those threads are stripped. Don't get me wrong. Wendy's a great gal. I love her to death, but she's from a different generation. To her, a facial comes with a pedicure and a glass of $2 chuck. What's her concession to spicing things up? Shaving her cooter? Bet she bitched about the razor burn for 2 weeks. Liz is my fiance and I love her dearly, but a girl her age? Nothing's off menu, same night. Vaginal, oral, anal. Girl's got a wink like a bear trap. We were dating 6 months before I caved and told her why she kept getting bladder infections.
Marty can't help it, chuckles. Bruce digs in, pleased to see his friend laugh. Cares about him.
I don't want to hear it.
Bullshit. Granted, she's only 30, but you see any wrinkles on her? No, you do not. You think Mary Kay makes what's going on her face? Baby, that's Bruce juice, a teaspoon at a time.
Okay, that's enough. She's your future wife.
They're chuckling ebbs. Bruce turns serious, picks a scab.
Bertie, you can turn $1 into two better than anyone I've ever seen. You're my best friend and I love you. I do. I love you. But you're living a subdued life. We make the same bank. How is it I can see my place in Trump Tower from here and you're driving a 10-year-old Camry with cloth fucking seats?
There's nothing wrong with my Camry. And I
Says the
do fine. Sex wise.
says the man watching DIY porn in his office. It's not just sex, it's what sex represents. Life. I've cracked the code, baby. The secret's having fun. Can you even remember the last time you were really, truly happy? That perfect, selfish, melt in your mouth moment that's just Marty's? You got me. Financial advisor's not my dream job. But I'm taking a bite out of the apple. The high point of my year won't be a birthday blowjob and a shirt from Banana Republic.
Bruce searches a pocket.
Look, Liz and I went here this past weekend.
He pulls a slim, glossy trifold, hands it to Marty.
Lake of the Ozarks?
Southern Missouri, baby. The redneck Riviera.
Thought you were going to Lake Geneva.
Liz saw it on one of those white trash reality shows. Some wingnut jerking a catfish out of a log with his bare hands. Thought I'd hate the place. Got there, almost pissed myself. This bad boy has more shoreline than the coast of California. Every summer, 5 million cash-rich tourists. 5 million! It's got everything. Rich, poor, bass boats, yachts, condos, campsites, mansions, and mullets. You can buy land right down to the waterline. We invest, use it as an excuse for you and I to get out of the city. You let some corn-fed flyover ginch drain the snake, your mood improves, probably your marriage. Unless, of course, Wendy's going to arch her back and let you drill for oil like that little hottie this afternoon.
Liz steps in.
Decision, boys.
We'll take it.
No, we won't. We'll consider it.
My two favorite people in the world. Come here.
Bruce pulls him in for a group hug.
Here's to the bold, the gamblers, taking a bite out of the apple.
Interior, Marty's Camry, moving slow, day. Faded tennis ball kisses the windshield. Marty parks in his garage, looks left. A second tennis ball suspends from the ceiling by string, hangs over an empty space. Interior, Marty's home, Charlotte's room, day. Marty knock enters the room strewn with name brand clothes, two obese guinea pigs, poor guinea pigs, in a large cage. Charlotte, 15, pretty, lounges on her bed, occupied with her iPhone. Her t-shirt reads pink, her shorts too tight.
Hey, Char.
Internet's down again.
Marty moves clothes with his feet. Charlotte ignores him. He squints at the guinea pig cage.
When's the last time you cleaned Iggy and Cheese's cage?
I don't smell anything.
They need water.
I just filled it.
How was the first day of finals?
Okay, I guess.
Marty picks up a shirt, sighs a useless sigh.
Dad, why do you come in here if you're just going to criticize?
Why should I continue to buy you nice things if you're not going to treat them responsibly?
I don't know. Why should you?
That's it? That's all you got?
Charlotte's turned to sigh. They've done this before. A beat.
Why did you have children if you wanted them to act like adults?
Much better. Where's your mother?
She shrugs, turns to her phone, texting. He starts out, reluctant to leave.
Give it any thought to what you want to do with your summer break?
Charlotte thumbs her phone, doesn't look up.
Little as possible.
Interior, Marty's home, basement, day. Unfinished, Assassin's Creed on the TV screen. Jonah Bird, 13, handsome, thin, sits on a tired couch, sharpens a long stick with a steak knife. Marty ambles over.
Hey, buddy, how are you?
Jonah?
Who's Marty?
Jen's Marty, but
I
are you
said,
Jonah?
hey, buddy, how are you?
Aviskar, is that you?
No, it's not me.
All right. Who's Arjuna?
Oh, yes. Hey, Dad.
Ace your finals?
You know it.
You're gonna dull that knife.
I'm making a spear.
I see that. May I ask why?
Uh, so I can spear something?
Marty nods at the screen.
Sink the L whatever yet?
Impoluto, 3 weeks ago.
Wanna go for a ride?
Nah, not really. Look,
Jonah pulls his mobile, thumbs through the photos.
there's this lunch lady at school. She's super short, kind of plump. She's got a hunchback and an extra finger on her right hand.
He hands Marty the phone, a selfie, Jonah and the lunch lady.
Huh.
Marty considers his odd son for a beat, returns the phone.
Where'd your mom go?
Out getting supper, I think. She says she doesn't cook on Wednesday.
Exterior, Marty's home, backyard day. Just so, grass cut, fence lined, weed whacked, Marty leans over a short picnic fence, more decorative than defensive, inspects ripening tomatoes in a tiny garden. Exterior, Marty's home, backyard day. Moments later, Marty cradles tomatoes, stomps a mold tunnel flat. He follows the swell of the tunnel, flattening, stops. He reaches a large ring of semi-bare earth, a faded outline some 15 feet in diameter. Marty, lost in thought. Exterior, Marty's home, driveway, later, or day later. Garage door closes. Marty, bike shorts, lycra shirt, helmet, rolls down the driveway on a high-end trek. He snugs earbuds. The historian Shelby Foote's rich voice reads from his book, The Belugard City. My gosh, why is that hard to pronounce?
Beleaguered?
Beleaguered, thank you. The Beleaguered City, the Vicksburg Campaign. I don't know why that was weird to read. Anyway,
I think you might also be Shelby Foot.
oh, I think I am. Haste made waste, and Ulysses S. Grant knew it. But in this case, haste was unavoidable. Exterior, Marty's neighborhood day. Marty pedals fast-edged lawns, sprinklers, minivans. Exterior surface street day. Mood darkening, he weaves out of slower traffic, hops the curb with ease, rocketing down the sidewalk, biking angry. Exterior, private, street day. Marty, no hands, glides down a high-end street, calming, surveying mansions one after another, soaking it in. He dismounts, taps foot off, stooped in front of the grandest of homes. Marty pulls his cell, dials, wipes sweat from his face, stares at the home.
This is Bruce Liddell. Leave me a message. I'll call you back. Beep.
Hey, let's pull the trigger. On that office, let's lock it in. It'd be great if Liz could get some utility comps we could review, but I think we should do it.
Marty tears his eyes from the house, turns in small circles.
Parking, though, that's something we didn't talk about. I doubt it's included. Let's find out what it costs. I'm sure the city will want their 1%.
He begins to ramble, conscious of his weakening position.
Anyway, I think we should think hard about it. Let's review the lease agreement, do another walkthrough. You know, there is the possibility there's another space we'd like even more. So don't tell Liz we'll take it, but we'll hash it out on Monday.
He disconnects. God damn it. Exterior surface street day. Marty pedals home, coasts to a stop at a red light. The beep beep of a horn, the minivan next to him. He pulls his earbuds. The passenger window lowers. Behind the wheel, a strawberry blonde from the amateur porn smiles, holds up a Chipotle bag, shouts,
Good timing. I've got your naked burrito, half spicy, half mild. I'll see you at home.
Marty nods at his wife, Wendy. The light turns green. She gives a little wave, drives away. 4 smiling stick figures on her rear window. Dad, mom, 2 kids, the Bird family.
Sometimes you think you're not going to like something, might be painful even, but you suck it up and try it, and all of a sudden,
Interior, Marty's house kitchen night. The birds around the table Dinner in progress. MSNBC financial segment plays on a kitchen TV. Marty simmers.
You realize you're having fun.
Gar, that's you.
Sorry, my mic was. I don't want to dance, and I'm not going to have fun.
If he's just gonna stand around, why make him go?
Charlotte looks for, finds the TV remote.
It's a high school dance. Everybody stands around.
You just don't want me there.
I'm trying to help you, retard.
You are the retard.
Oh, fine, go. Oh, wear your Minecraft t-shirt and take your spear.
You two stop.
Screw you, Charlotte.
Hey! Leave it.
Your brother's very handsome.
Even watching it.
Leave it.
Charlotte stage sighs and slaps down the remote.
He just needs to put himself out there more. I'd be interested.
Ugh, all my eggs just spoiled at once.
Clever. Not at my table.
Why do you always
Can
take
you
him-
make pork chops sometime?
You never say anything to him.
I don't take his side.
Sure, you want pork chops?
Oh my god, Dad.
How was your day?
Same as it always is. How'd you feel yours?
Oh, let me see. I went to Costco. I got groceries. I dropped off the recyclables.
Jonah hops up his burrito half eaten, heads to the sink.
Took Jonah to the dentist. He's going to need braces like his sister. Don't throw that in the trash. Your father might want it.
Want it, Dad?
Marty shakes no back to Wendy.
Thought you got groceries Monday.
I need $10.
Jonah throws his plate away, beelines for the basement.
What for?
Fundraiser for Hannah. A Lawson.
Which one is she?
Tall. Really fair.
She slept over.
What's her problem?
She has Oh, sorry, that's you.
She has cirrhosis.
Marty shakes his head. What next?
It's a disease, Dad, like cancer.
She's got itchy skin.
There's no cure.
Then why waste the money? If you tell me they're on the verge of curing flaky skin and your contribution puts a crack team of dermatologists over the top, then sure, pony up. Otherwise,
Charlotte stands, plate in hand, offended.
I'm not calling you one, but why are you being so dickish?
It's only $10.
when you work for a living, Charlotte, you get tired of everyone's hand in your pocket.
Stop. Get it out of my purse.
Forget it. Let her face fall off.
She stalks out the room, quiet save for NPC and MSNBC. Beat.
You got a new Consumer Reports today. The cover's torn again.
Thanks for getting dinner.
I worked hard at it.
Light smiles, slippery eye contact. Finally.
Julie and Lisa want me to go out to dinner with them tomorrow night. You have anything going on?
Marty moves his food around. You cheating bitch.
Nope. Whatever you want, Wendy.
She finishes, stands, starts loading the dishwasher. He eats, watches the markets on TV. Interior, Marty's home living room, night. News on TV, Marty mans an easy chair, reads Consumer Reports, the cover torn. Wendy on the couch surfing her iPad. She flips, the cover closed, steals a look.
Want the History Channel?
You don't want to see the weather?
I'm tired. You seem awfully quiet.
Just a lot on my mind, I guess.
Remote?
Sure.
She stands, hands him the remote, edges to the stairs.
Care if I go to bed?
Why would I care?
I don't know why I say it.
I don't either.
Good night.
Night.
She heads upstairs. He waits till she can't see him looking, then watches her disappear. Torso, legs, feet. Cunt. He pops up, snags her iPad from the couch, opens it, sits His eyes dart to the stairs, opens the Facebook tab, scrolls, thumbnails of friends, scrolls, stops. Got him.
Gary Silverberg.
Page opened. Wendy's unsuspecting partner in porn poses in front of his Cessna Skyhawk at a black tie dinner. Waiters on, fly fishing against a mountainous bead background.
Fucking New Zealand?
Marty clicks on 89 likes. Comments, scrolls, stops. Wendy Davis Bird. Marty holds his breath, opens. Jealous. The word thuds. Dot, dot, dot. Exterior. Marty's home, backyard night. A light shines on a mole tunnel. The beam coming from a flashlight duct tape to the pitchfork Marty holds poised over the tunnel. Marty growls, strikes. He jerks the tool loose, checks in its tins for blood. Nothing. He flips the light off, looks around. A dog barks in the distance. Lights in the neighboring homes. Marty hurts. Interior, Marty's home, kitchen, night. Marty, in boxers and t-shirt, sets the home security alarm. Interior, Marty's home, Jonah's bedroom, night. Dark. A sleeping Jonah curled on the edge of his bed. Marty grabs him under the armpits, hauls his son to the bed center, covers him, and pats his shoulder. Jonah doesn't stir. Interior, Marty home, kid's bedroom, night. Marty at the sink fills a guinea pig bottle with water. Interior, Marty's home, Charlotte's bedroom, night. Dark. Marty attaches the bottle to the guinea pig page. He navigates to sleeping Charlotte, kicks something hard, bites off a curse. He kisses her forehead. She stirs.
Who loves this little girl?
You do, Daddy.
Interior, Marty's house, Marty's bedroom, night. Wendy sleeps. Marty eases into bed, sheet up. He stares at the ceiling, then at Wendy. He studies the back of her head, bare shoulders, the swell of her hips beneath the sheet. Her hips. Her back-arching cat and heat hips. He glares at the ceiling, radiating anger. Anger. She snores.
All right, then.
He whips the sheet off, swings his legs over the side. Interior, Marty's room. Marty's home, kitchen, night. Marty, dressed in the same day clothes, sans tie, punches bottoms on the home security keypad. Interior, Marty's Camry, moving, night later. Marty slows, flings a fistful of coins into the toll basket, accelerates toward the Chicago skyline. Interior exit, Marty's Camry, night. Marty slow rolls to the curb, stops. Excuse me. Locks the doors. His POV, a trio of Howard Avenue hookers, 20s, in thigh highs and fuck-me pumps, work the corner. He stares at the blonde hooker. Her come-ons to passing cars. She glances his way. Interior, Marty's Camry, night. Moments later. Street lamp lit. Marty nervous, on the lookout for cops. Blonde hooker nuzzles his neck. Supermodel hot. Lustrous hair, full lips, flawless skin.
You haven't done this before, have you?
Why?
Handsome, clean, fit. Let me guess. Your wife won't do what you want her to do?
Tube top shed, breast perfect. Marty forgets the cops.
If you were my man, working all day so I could stay at home.
She unbuckles his pants. Marty's breath hitches.
Which, let's face it, was a bitch when they were little, but now they're both teens and in school all day, a private school too, 15 grand a pop, even though you pay a shit pot full of state taxes and live in a top-rated public school district.
His zipper comes down slow. Marty braces. She purrs.
Who's never missed a mortgage payment? Marty Bird. Nice home on a quarter-acre, squared-off lot in a suburb with just enough ethnics to make Chicago Magazine's best neighborhoods list, but not enough to drop the property values. Thanks, Marty. Food on tables, shoes on feet, braces on teeth. Marty fucking Bird, putting presents under the tree since 1999. Not only would I not cheat on you.
She tongues his top lip, locks eyes with him.
I'd let you do anything you wanted. Do me a favor.
Her head starts to descend.
Don't come too fast.
He shakes no. She pauses, looks up.
Nice shirt.
Her head disappears into his lap. He gasps, closes eyes. Ring, ring, ring. Interior, Marty's Camry, night. Reality, phone ringing. Blonde hooker closing fast outside his window. Tweaker teeth, dark roots, and a cold sore.
Hey, you can't be beaten off in your car, baby. This ain't a petting zoo.
Marty fumbles the car to drive, squeals off. He fumbles for his phone, answers it over Bluetooth.
Yeah?
Bird, it's Bruce. I'm at Hanson's.
Trucking? Why?
I'm with Senior and Junior. I need you here, Marty. Now.
Tonight? No. Bruce, what's the...
Dell's here.
Marty sobers, silence for a beat.
Okay.
Exterior, Chicago Industrial Park, night. Large, low-slung buildings, loading docks, scattered cars, and mostly empty parking lots.
And this
Interior, Marty's Camry, moving, night. Marty parks, headlights shining on Bruce vanity plates, attached to a Maserati flanked by 3 white Suburbans. Interior, Hanson and Sons trucking service bay, night. Dim, fluorescent safety lights, dark around the edges, the outlines of half a dozen men. Marty walks past a smattering of tool chests, parked trucks, knows the layout. He mounts steel tread plate steps. Interior, Hanson trucking office, night. Marty enters. 3 sets of anxious eyes turn to him, crammed shoulder to shoulder on a sagging couch. Hanson Sr., 60s, Hanson Jr., 30s, Liz, her face flushed with fear. The last to look up, Bruce. The space small, built to fire drivers, screw secretaries, take a dump in peace, an empty chair behind a steel desk, a 44 pistol on top.
Bruce? Mr. Hanson, what?
A toilet flushes behind the John door. Water runs, paper tears, the door opens. Arturo Del Rio emerges. Mexican, 40s, lean, handsome, stylish. Del Rey's lays eyes on Marty, laugh lines crinkling. He towels his hands dry.
There he is.
Del grips Marty's hand. 2-handed old friends shake.
Del, I didn't know you were in town. What's going on?
You look good, Marty. Where's my $5 million?
Marty half smiles. A joke? Serious? He glances at Bruce, back to Del. His stomach falls. Del sees it.
Oh, shit. The Mexican's serious.
Whatever's between you boys is your business. It's got nothing to do with me and my dad. We run a clean shop.
Shut up, Sean.
Del gestures Marty to Hanson Sr.'s empty chair. Del perches on the edge of the desk, angled to the couch, amused.
Clean? Other than the $100 million in drug money you and your father collect and transport these 2 men to London?
Marty sits. Bruce won't meet his eyes.
Clean to you.
Del chuckles.
Whoa, Del, this money you're missing, however much.
The Federation produces $1 billion a year. I don't know how I'd use any version of miss. Stolen. That's my word.
Mr. Del Rio, I swear we're not stealing from you. We log all our weights. Check 'em. Numbers don't lie.
Del smiles, spins the 44 on the desk, nods at Marty.
Won't tell him that. Not to diminish your contribution, Bruce. The ability to charm the Hansons of the world. To recognize weakness equal to your own. Seduce and corrupt them. It's a talent in of itself. But Martin Bird, yes, your artist. A conjurer. A master of the dark arts and black money. Placement, layering, integration. Chicago to Panama, Moscow to Tel Aviv. This man can make $100 million of dirty money disappear like spit on a hot skillet.
Liz muffles a sob. Bruce takes her hand. She pulls away.
Mr. Rio?
Del Rio. Arturo Del Rio. Like Dolores Del Rio.
I have to pee.
Of course.
Dell helps Liz off the low couch. Wiping tears, she scuttles into the John, bolts herself in. Dell sits on the muted sound of Liz retching.
When I was 9, I started working in my parents' grocery store. Stocking shelves, unloading produce. It's a tough grocery. Low margin, spoilage, shrinkage, competition. But people gotta eat. My father loved working on the floor in the public. My mother, not the warmest woman, took care of the books. Really left the back office. Wasn't a big store, but it fed 6 kids. We had 4 cashiers that weren't blood. Our best, Carlotta, maybe 30, maybe started out when she was 15, loyal, worked holidays, inventory. Somebody quit, called in sick, you knew she'd cover. That kind of person you call out when you're 9, because her kids come to your birthday parties. Always around, always a smile. Then, one day my father, losing a piece, his Aunt Carlotta slipped $5 worth of pesos out of the till into her pocket. He could not believe it. Why, Carlotta? If you needed the money, why didn't you come to me? Carlotta was a proud woman. Not too proud to steal, but proud. She had 4 kids, no husband. Her youngest had asthma, said she needed the money for medicine, so her boy could breathe. Cried like a baby, swore she'd never do it again, begged my father not to fire her. Begged.
Dell nods at Hanson Sr.
What to do with Aunt Carlotta? Again, she's gone. Oh, wait. Tell Aunt Carlotta. Mr. Hanson?
$5. Tell her if it happens again, she's gone. Put her on probation.
The younger Hanson nods his agreement.
Probation? I love America. Bruce?
One mistake against 15 years. Training cashiers is a bitch. Give her a second chance, Dell.
Matty, what should my father do?
I know what you're doing, Dell, and I've had enough. Bruce and I have cleaned money for Mr. Beltran and the Federation for 15 years. This is an intimidation audit, nothing more. You think if you blow in here unannounced, rattle some cages, someone might admit to skimming money. You're fishing. I get it. People steal. When your supply chain downstream is run by drug dealers and meth heads, I imagine you'll find a lot of Aunt Carlottas, but none in this room.
Marty points to the bathroom. Liz.
All you've done with this stunt is involve a civilian. And for the record, this Dale Carnegie meets Pablo Escobar ruse, it's beneath you.
Ruse. Good word.
Dell lifts his gun, fires 4 times into the bathroom door. The cheap laminate splinters. The men recoil, horrified. Bruce lunges, howling, jerks the bathroom door open. Blood, brain, Liz spattered, slumped between toilet and wall, legs askew, dead. Bruce kneels, cradling her, crying.
It was Bruce's idea. I'm sorry. Just let my dad go, please. Just kill me. He had nothing to do with it. It was Bruce. It was their idea.
Marty standing back against the wall, shocked. Hanson Jr.'s screamed confession fades to a rush of white noise. Interior, Hanson and Son Trucking Service Bay, moments later. White noise. Marty turns in a small circles, legs shaking. His point of view, 6 cartel enforcers in action. Plastic 50-gallon drums rolled in. Liz's body, drugged to a drain, trails a bloody smear on the concrete floor. A gun to a kneeling, weeping Hanson Jr.'s head. A numb Bruce sits on the floor, stares at nothing. Hanson Sr. stands, imploring Dell. Dell ignores Hanson, looks at Marty, mouth moving, no sound. Sound. Reality return, full throttle. Hanson's begging, crying.
Mr. Del Rio, I'm sorry, sir. It wasn't my
He made a
dad.
terrible mistake. Please, the baby will work for free.
You know what I like about Chicago? Other than its central location, convenient interstate highways, modern rail system, anonymous warehouses, and not one, but two international airports. All the Mexicans. Culture, language, food, the women. I feel it at home. Know what I dislike about Chicago? All the fucking Mexicans.
Hanson Jr. rages at Bruce, spittle flying.
It was that piece of shit. It was his idea.
May as well put up a sign, welcome to Chicago, drug hub of the United States. FinCEN, DEA, ATF, FBI all circling like buzzards. Where does all this drama come from? 4 sticky-fingered white men.
Hanson Sr. edges closer to Dell, nearly undone.
He's my son. He
Huh?
made a mistake. I'll make it right.
A father shouldn't have to see his child die.
Dell gestures. Enforcer 1, a non-smiling, rail-thin killer, slithers up, shoots Hanson Sr. in the head, dropping him.
Daddy!
Dell shoots Jr. Marty's breath catches. He struggles to control his breathing. He backs up. Enforcer 2 stops him. Dell squats in front of Bruce, soft.
Bruce. How'd you do, eh? Hey. Anson's men pick up the shipment of cash along with whatever legitimate load. Air conditioners.
Dog food.
Dog food. Sure.
Auto parts.
Subtract the weight of the cash from the weight of the trucks and the auto parts.
Dog food. Furniture. Carpets.
What'd you do, Bruce?
We rigged the gas gauges.
The scheme washes over Dell. He smiles.
They'd read full when they were 5 gallons light.
Load will count later. You take the weight off of 5 gallons of gas. 40 pounds?
Give or take.
I love it! How much, Bruce?
8 million over 3 years.
Okay. I'm sorry about Liz. You know that, right?
She was a good person.
I'm sure she was.
Del Marty had nothing to do with this. It was all me.
Okay. You ready?
Bruce turns to Marty, eyes shining, loss, regret.
Carolyn's place. After my mom. We were going to have pie.
Bam! Dell shoots Bruce in the head. A sob rips through Marty. He sinks to his knees, roots in his pockets with trembling hands. Dell strides to him.
Please, just let me say goodbye.
Enforcer 2 grins. Dell catches the grin, takes offense.
This man made me millions. It's over. You're amused? How much have you made me?
Enforcer 2's grin dissolves. Eyes dart. Behind them, Marty fumbles, car keys to the cement. Quarters bounce. A folded glossy piece of paper slides across the floor.
That's right, not millions.
Marty's hands refuse to work. He finally locates his phone. Fat fingers, buttons, starts over.
They're asleep, Del. I'll just leave my kids a message, please. They can't think I just disappeared, that I left.
Dell picks the glossy paper off the floor, Unfolds, scans the brochure. Lake of the Ozarks. Discards.
I have to tell them I love them.
Dell hunkers in front of Marty, gently takes the phone from shaking hands.
They know, Marty. They know.
A faint ring. Dell hits end call.
Your kids still in school? Summer break? I don't want to do Wendy in front of the kids.
No, Dell. Wendy doesn't know anything about what I do. I never told her, never, not once. Please don't hurt her.
You ready?
Dell levels his gun at Marty's head.
Just give me a second, please.
Dell lowers his gun, indulgent. Marty on his hands and knees, despairs. Breath labored. He half cries, half laughs, spent. His breathing slows. On the floor, the brochure.
More shoreline than the coast of California.
Excuse me?
The Ozarks. The lake, southern Missouri.
Dell picks up the brochure and reads.
It has more shoreline than the coast of California.
Missouri. Right below Illinois? Maybe I'll visit one day. Probably not. I got to go, Marty.
Every summer, the population explodes. Tourists, white-collar blue, Midwesterners, people with jobs and money to spend, coming and going. All summer.
Almost imperceptible, Dell's patience begins to thin.
Restaurants, bars, nightclubs, liquor stores, all cash businesses, impossible to track. Bruce was down there last week scouting businesses. I was going to put my house on the market after talking to you first, obviously, and move down there with my family.
Dell sees the dodge, sighs. Marty reads it, stands.
You're right about Chicago, 100%. FBI, ATF, well, you said it. The CIA even, all of them, circling Chicago, tapping phones, monitoring bank accounts. You need a new hub, one that's off the radar of every law enforcement agency in the U.S. Virgin Territory. Cash rich.
Dell's interest registers.
Right now, I launder maybe 10% of the money the Federation makes in the U.S., even if another 5% is piecemealed out to someone else like me, which I doubt. That leaves at least 85, if not the entire 90%, to be shipped into Mexico. How much of that is seized at the border? How much money siphoned off to bribe border agents, customs, police, judges, politicians? I don't want to launder 10%, Dell. I want it all.
Dell warming. Marty knows it, edges closer to him.
Bruce and the Hanson kids stole from you. 8 million? I don't know. That's what he said, right? 8? You tell me. But I'll make you whole. I'll return what he stole. Call it earnest money. My family and I will move to the Ozarks like we planned. Get set up, and I'll start cleaning. Money, Tell. Money's all that matters. Give me 5 years. Three. Give me 3 years. I can be cleaning twice the money we are now. 5 years, 500 million. It's got more shoreline than.
Who said that?
Dell in decision mode, thinking. He levels his gun at Marty.
Here we go.
Marty's legs fail. He feels himself sinking. His point of view, Liz Hanson Sr. being loaded into barrels. He closes his eyes. Flash to exterior, Marty's home, backyard, day, a flashback. Sounds of a distant lawnmower, children laughing, summer. A wet young Charlotte, 5, and young Jonah, 3, bounce in a trampoline, shriek with delight. Wendy laughs, her cutoffs and t-shirt wet, circling the trampoline, spraying her kids with water from a garden hose. Charlotte squeals as Jonah falls. Jonah hauls himself up by the protective netting, soaked pull-ups, sagging.
Me, Mommy! Spray me!
Marty, 10 years younger, lounges in a lawn chair, watching his family. Toes scrunch, a perfect blend of rye and fescue. A breeze ruffles the untorn Consumer Reports open on his lap. He smiles. The moment, the day, his life. Perfect. The sound of fingers snapping.
Hey, Marty. Hey!
Return to interior, Hanson and Son Trucking Service Bay date night. Marty opens his eyes. Dell leans over, snaps his fingers.
5 million. In 5 years?
Marty looks, sees Bruce being barreled, remembers.
515. No question.
Dell considers.
You have 48 hours to get my money. Cash. No negotiable instruments, no cashier checks, no wire transfers. Cash. All of it.
Dell wags his gun at Marty. Leave. Marty staggers to his feet, takes a dozen unsteady steps.
Marty.
Marty turns, relief pivoting to fear, eyes darting.
When I drive by, I bet to see a for sale sign on your lawn.
Marty nods, a weak smile. He shuffles into the shadows.
Exterior, Marty's home, night. A single light spills from the second floor master bedroom. Interior, Marty's home, bedroom, night. Marty kneels in the closet, clothes parted, opens a small safe bolted to the floor. Wendy hovers on the edge of panic, voice lowered to keep the children from waking.
No, there's no choice here. Oh, Jesus, Marty, stop. They killed Bruce. Oh, we've got to go to the police.
Marty pulls out 2 neat stacks of cash, 10,000 bank wrapped. He stands, kicks the safe shut. Super 10,000 total, 10,000.
Really, Marty? Let's roleplay that.
He hustles out of the closet, Wendy on his heels.
I'm Detective whoever the fuck, and you're the wife of the top money launderer for the second largest drug cartel in Mexico. Go!
Wendy cuts nervous eyes towards their closed door.
Police mean witness protection at best. Prison time, if we get that far.
We? What are you telling me? Our family, our kids are in danger? We don't launder money for the second largest drug cartel in Mexico. You do. How are we in danger, Marty?
What do you want to hear, Wendy? $1 million in hundreds weighs about 22 pounds. People who drive trucks loaded with cash onto scales and weigh it because there's too much to count don't have some code of ethics they adhere to. What's your solution, Tell me.
I don't know. Send Liz to the police. Bruce didn't come home. He's missing. They'll find out he's dead. Lay the blame on...
Liz is dead, Wendy. She's dissolving in a plastic barrel next to the one they stuffed Bruce in.
He slumps onto the bed, terrified. Marty calms.
What we're not going to do? Panic. We're going to prioritize, compartmentalize, time management. First thing tomorrow, after we tell the kids, call your friend Laura, the realtor, list the house, then call a moving company. Box only what we can put in the van. Help the kids pack, do it for them. I don't care. Come Friday after school, we're on the road.
He starts out, an afterthought stops him. He turns.
The movers. Get 3 bids. Money's going to be tight.
Interior, Marty's home, kitchen, morning. Today Show on TV, breakfast table. A pole-axed Charlotte puts down a fork full of waffle. Puzzled Jonah glances at his anxious mother. Both kids in school uniforms. Marty with a brave face, stage smile.
No fucking way am I going.
Stop with the language. You're going. We're all going.
Not me.
The
I'll
Ozarks,
live
that's like woods and stuff.
I'll live with Caitlin.
I think so, honey.
I think so.
Wendy at a loss defers to Marty.
Husbands, fathers,
A politically correct gesture to Wendy, Charlotte.
wives, take new jobs and relocate with their families all the time. This country was built by Americans pursuing opportunity. Pioneers.
You're a financial advisor, a self-employed financial advisor. You decide where the opportunity is.
Marty slaps the table. Charlotte, the room flinch.
That's right. And I've decided the opportunity is in Missouri.
His family taken aback. Marty tamps down his frustration.
You're upset. You're leaving your friends, your school. What you're feeling is normal. I understand. But we are a family, and we're making this move as a family. Now, I would prefer that you view this as an adventure.
Charlotte bolts up, tears flowing, charges out.
Waffles and a shit sandwich.
Wendy follows after her. Marty and Jonah alone. Silence for a beat. Marty wallows in the aftermath.
I think it sounds like fun.
Marty's throat lumps at the small kindness. Jonah rises, starts to go. Marty stops him, pulls him in for a hug.
You okay, Dad?
Marty releases him, laughs it off, swats his butt. Jonah exits, Marty alone at the table. Not okay. Interior, Little and Son. At Little and Bird. Morning. Ransacked. Papers strewn, desk drawers torn out, wires with no computers attached. Marty stands frozen, stares at the wreckage. A gasp behind him. He half turns.
Oh my god. You called the police?
Yes.
They took my computer.
She rummages in her purse, retrieves her phone, dials.
I'll call the insurance company.
Brenda,
She covers the mouthpiece with a hand, waiting for Marty.
you're fired. I'm sorry.
Brenda lowers her phone. Interior, Marty's office. Morning. Wreckage. Desk overturned, drawers emptied onto the floor. Marty in his chair, receiver on his lap, phone to an ear.
No, not some, all. Everything. Liquidated cash.
Intercut Marty with brokers 1, 2, and 3. Bank managers. Interior, brokers 1's office. Morning. Corner office just off a boiler room of phone jockeys. Broker 1 on his headset, nearly speechless.
All of it?
Interior, Bank of Chicago manager's office. Morning. Wood veneers, framed motivational posters, bank manager on his phone, tellers, customers through his open door.
$7,945,400.
Sure, we don't keep that kind of cash on site. You can just have it wired then come by and withdraw it. Not in cash.
Interior, broker 2's office. Morning. Broker 2 paces a partner's office, phone to ear.
Whoa, Marty. Marty, stop. If the markets are spooking you, hell, let's slide into mutual funds.
No, I'll be back in 6 months with twice the money.
Interior, Bank of Chicago manager's office. Morning.
Not explaining myself correctly. Because it says the money is in your account. Doesn't mean it's really there physically.
I know how the banking system works. That's why I'm calling you in advance so you can get it.
Interior, broker 3's office. Morning. Empire State Building through his window. Broker 3 bullies.
Your entire portfolio? Forget it. 10% penalty for early withdrawal, plus at least 32% in taxes. No.
I'll worry about taxes next April. Sell it now.
Interior, Bank of Chicago VP's office. Morning. Real wood, real paintings. Bank manager hovers. The bank VP 50s solid. Mans a large desk. Phone on speaker.
Mr. Bird, there seems to be a disconnect via the large wire transfers and your expectations about withdrawing it in cash.
By end of business today, there will be close to $8 million in 4 separate accounts at your bank. I suspect that puts you in a woefully undercapitalized position relative to your obligations with the FDIC. So unless you're the vice president of the one institution exempt from the liquidity ratio laws governing every other bank in the Western Hemisphere, I suggest you call the Federal Reserve at 230 South LaSalle and order up a shit pot full of cash.
Exterior, Aqua Tower, downtown Chicago. Day. 82 stories of rippling, mixed-use luxury. Interior, Gary Silverberg's apartment. Day. Uncluttered. Ivory on ecru on bone. Stainless steel. Quartz. Home to a man with 0 kids. Disposable income. Gary Silverberg, 50, Wendy's Facebook friend and lover. Gapes, dumbfounded. Cracks a grin.
Get the fuck out of here.
Wendy exhales from the couch, exasperated. rubs puffy eyes.
Your husband, the financial advisor, Mr. Consumer Reports, is laundering money for the Federation cartel. That's what you're telling me?
She glares. The look sobers him. He tries to process.
They kill his partner's wife,
Fiance.
and two others, and let him alive?
He cleans their money, Gary. He mixes drug money with company pension plans. 401ks. He moves it all over the world. Invests it, makes money on top
Yeah,
of
yeah, I
money.
get that, but no offense, Wendy. I've seen your house. How much are we talking about?
I don't know. Millions, tens of millions, hundreds. I don't know.
She trembles. He moves to her, wraps an arm around her.
It's okay. We're in Chicago, not some beaner border town. I'll take care of it.
How?
How? Really?
He gives her a squeeze, his tone upbeat, consoling.
Do you love me? Because this lawyer loves you, and this particular lawyer is a partner with arguably the most powerful law firm in town.
You're an environmental lawyer.
I'm a partner with other partners who are the top criminal lawyers in Chicago. Lawyers who know every judge, DA, and state's attorney with lead in their pencil. Come Monday, you and I will be 60 stories up, and your money laundering husband will either be in jail or in federal protection. His choice.
You and me and my kids will be 60 stories up. That's what you meant, right? My kids?
I thought it was inferred. We we need to work on articulating your story. I I assume Marty's hidden profession came as a shock, right?
Let's assume that it did. Yes.
Gary, unsettled by the tacit admission of guilt, recovers.
Cross that cross that bridge when we come to it. When what you need to know is you are good. Your kids are good.
She nods, comforted. He kisses her.
I'm never letting you go. And certainly not to the Ozarks. And good Lord, what's that even like? Camouflage as a primary color? Pickup trucks with those big rubber testicles they hang from trailer hitches.
She smiles. A laugh spills out. He wipes her eyes. Tender.
I only want you to thinking of average sized Jewish testicles.
What do I do now? I can't just wait.
What's he doing now, Marty?
Well, paying back the money his partner stole. How much? I don't know.
Gary's wheels spin.
The government will try to attach as much of that money as possible, freeze your assets to force his cooperation. You need to get as much as you can, as fast as you can. That that money is either going to you, the feds, or a drug cartel. Time to put your cards on the table.
Interior, Toyota dealership, lobby, day. Marty's Camry through the window wall, new cars in the background. A sales manager at a small table counts from a stack of hundreds. Marty across from him watches the money.
Uh, I know you know this, Marty, but I'm going to say it anyway. I've got to report this. You will get a tax bill at the end of the year, $8,000. Super
Super.
8,000, total
Total
18,000.
18,000. Marty slides Camry keys across the table.
Can I get a loan array? 24 hours tops. Please, I'll take the shittiest car in the lot.
Sales manager pauses, push the keys back across the table. Exterior, Evans Investigation and Surveillance, day, strip mall, title loans, tanning salon, subway. Camry parked in a reserved for Evans investigation spot.
Gary Silverberg.
Interior, Evans investigation, day. Small, organized, framed photos of Chicago police circa 1980s, detectives in suits, commendations, a capable man.
He's a partner with McNeil Roberts downtown. Know him?
Bob Evans, 60, shirt sleeves, ex-Chicago PD. Man's at tidy desk, waits. Marty in the client chair flips through a manila file, photos. Wendy and Gary about town, smiling, close. In various stages of undress, Marty shakes no.
On the board of a half a dozen nonprofits. Academy of the Arts, Goodman Theater, Joffrey, one of those. They see each other at least twice a week, sometimes more. Either his place or halfway between here and the city. NHI Express, Fairfield Inn, the Doubletree and Alsip's where I tagged them. Guy makes 400 grand. He can afford better. I'm guessing it's convenience.
How long?
Hard to say.
Marty closes the file, rocked. The word Sugarwood scrawled in Sharpie across the file's tab.
Sugarwood. What is that?
You jumped the gun coming here today. Normally I transfer everything from a working file to a folio binder. Table of contents, intro, summary, suitable for presentation. Arbitration.
What?
Sugarwood's her pet name for him, as in, give me some
I got it.
Sugarwood.
Christ. Marty wonders at his life, the file.
Hypothetically, scale of 1 to 10, how difficult would it be for a person to disappear?
You? Or him?
Marty takes a beat, choosing his words, starts.
Careful.
Me. A family of 4.
New IDs, social security numbers, credit cards. You could do it, for a while anyway, and then your money would run out. You couldn't do what you do now. Too many forms to fill out. Somebody gets audited, cat's out of the bag, but you'll be caught long before that. One of your kids will get sloppy, online. Twitter, Instagram. Your wife has one lemon drop too many with her new best friend, wants to share. A secret's a powerful thing. Ask Whitney Bulger. If you have a legal problem I'm not aware of, and don't tell me if you do, you could keep your identity, leave the country, go somewhere with no extradition to the U.S. Really depends on on who's looking for you and how much money they have.
Marty's laugh straight from the gallows.
The computers in my office were stolen last night. All of them.
You downloaded the footage I sent?
Marty meets his eyes. He did. Evans sighs.
Tit, meat ringer. Let's hope your wife and Mr. Silverberg don't wind up splattered all over the internet.
Marty's phone signals a text. He checks it, incredulous.
It's the bank. My wife just emptied her checking and savings.
You got a gun?
Marty shakes his head.
Good. Aqua Towers, 60th floor, apartment 6003.
What makes you think she's there?
It's Thursday.
Interior, Marty's Camry, moving, day. Marty accelerates, mobile to ear. Wendy's voicemail.
Hi, this is Wendy. Leave me a.
Marty throws his phone into the passenger seat, grips the wheel in a black fidget.
You bitch. You thankless bitch. Fuck you, Wendy. Fuck you.
Interior, Gary Silverberg's apartment, day. A knock on the front door, a beat. The lock clicks, the door opens. Wendy eases in, slips the key card in her purse.
Gary?
A breeze carries her through the apartment. She nears a corner, sees Gary seated at the table near a balcony, sliding door open. He stares at her through a swollen eye, cut lip, frightened. She rounds the corner, freezes. Enforcer 1 sits at the table, points a Glock at her. Exterior, Aqua Tower, day. Marty's Camry wheels to the curb, a handicap spot. He boils out of the car, slams the door.
22 years.
Marty stalks past head-turning pedestrians.
Never cheated on you. Not once. Had the chance, and not just a few times. Worked, came home, got up, did it all over again. Not good enough for you.
In front of Aqua, shouldering by pedestrians.
You want to try and take my money? You want a divorce? I'll show you the meaning of ugly. You've no idea what.
A body-sized blur falls from the sky, smacks the sidewalk. The world turns red, wet. Blood-misted pedestrians scream, retreat. Marty wipes a veil of gore from his face, stares down at the pulverized remains of. Interior, Marty's Camry parked. Day, moments later. Marty shuts his door, panting, mind racing. A ring, and he scrambles for his phone, answering.
Wendy?
60 floors. 60.
Interior, KFC, day. Dell sits alone, enjoys a plate of chicken and biscuits. Using a napkin, he holds his phone to an ear. 5 enforcers occupy adjacent tables. Don't eat.
You think a person blacks out around 30 or so? Or do you think they're conscious all the way to the pavement?
Intercut, Marty, Wendy, Dell. Marty reels, stifles a sob.
I got Wendy. You got my money?
Relief, fear, uncertainty all compete within Marty.
You'll have it tomorrow. 48 hours as promised.
Wendy sits across from Enforcer 1, tears stream. On the table, contents of a dumped purse, wallet, a single tampon, iPhone, coupons, keys, a cashier's check, and the Enforcer's disposable mobile on speaker.
Why does Wendy have a cashier's check for $29,650?
Marty's spine races. What's the lie? He opens his mouth.
You lied to me, Marty. I think she knows about our business.
What kind of man isn't willing to lie to save his wife's life?
Was that before or after you found she was a fucking last stain?
Wendy trembles, meets Enforcer 1's stone gaze, can't hold it.
After.
Ouch. The man with Wendy is important to me. So we're on the clock. I bet you haven't confronted her yet, am I right?
Marty takes a beat to process.
You're right.
You're calculating a smart move. Weighing options. Measure twice, cut once. Divorce her, things turn ugly. She knows what you've done over your head. You live with the cheating, and whatever man you think you are is eaten away day by day. Huh? Hear me out. We kill both those birds with one stone. Oh, in Wendy Bird's case, a sudden stop after a 60-story drop. Double suicide. No muss, no fuss.
Urine trickles from Wendy's chair onto hand-scraped walnut.
This has to be your call, Marty. If I make a decision to kill the mother of your children, wife of 16 years, Dan turns a cheating whore into a misunderstood Madonna. Someday, eventually, you'll hold it against me.
Marty wipes blood, sweat from darting eyes. Through his windshield, police, ambulance lights, sirens heard.
Hello?
Yes?
Wendy starts, eyes wild, a death sentence.
I mean, what? Not yes, what? What is it, Dell?
Dell grins, wipes greasy hands on a napkin. Lunch over.
What should my father do?
Your father?
About Aunt Carlotta. You didn't answer my question. What should my father do about the woman who steals from him? A loyal woman. A mother. Within 15 years. What does my mother make him do?
Marty rocks slowly in his seat, resigned to the answer.
Fire her.
Why?
It wasn't the first time she stole from you.
What was it?
Marty straightens in his seat, takes a moment.
The first time you caught her.
One last question. Not to influence your Wendy decision, tick-tock. But the sugar would mean what I think it does?
Interior, Marty's home dining room, day, silence. On a bureau, framed photos of the birds. Young Jonah's first day of kindergarten, young Charlotte in goggles at a swim meet. Circa 2009, the family bundled on a San Francisco cable car. Swimsuited birds by the shore, Myrtle Beach 2012 etched in the sand. On the wall, a larger frame holds a black and white photo. Wendy in her wedding dress, smushing cake into a tuxedoed Marty's face, both laughing, in love. Interior, Marty's home, bedroom, day. Marty on the edge of his bed, stares at nothing. His lip starts to tremble, the day catching up, regains control. Sound of footfalls on the steps. In walks Wendy. She sits next to him, drawn, purse in her lap. After a beat, she dips into it, pulls out the cashier's check, hands it to him. They slump in shell-shocked silence. Super. 29,650 total, 47,650. From downstairs, the sound of the kids returning from school, muffled voices, backpacks dumped.
Mom, I need my gym clothes washed.
Sound of the kitchen TV turning on.
Welcome.
Wendy slow turns, disbelief. His eyes meet hers.
Seriously?
Exterior, Bank of Chicago, morning, downtown, marble and stone, permanence, institutional. Interior, Bank of Chicago, lobby, morning. Marty follows an assistant manager past dozens of customers, empty duffel slung over a shoulder, large American Tourister in one hand, pink suitcase in the other. A faded My Little Pony sticker still attached. Interior, Bank of Chicago, conference room, morning. Marty and his suitcases enter. Bank manager greets him. Two suits, 30s, converge. One puts a finger to his lips.
Mr. Bird, good to see you, sir.
Marty, confused. Suit 1 wands him. Suit 2 displays a billfold. FBI badge. Photo.
Can I get you a cup of coffee?
Suit 2 holds up a sign. Are you under duress?
What? No. No.
A second sign. Has there been a kidnapping? Marty shoves the wand away.
No, stop. Look, I appreciate your concern. There's no wires on me. Nobody's kidnapped anybody. I have a business opportunity that requires cash.
There are no business opportunities that require cash, not legal ones.
Agree to disagree. Where's my money?
As I told you, we can't cover that amount within 24 hours.
Marty's gut churns, world unraveling. Steels himself.
There are 2 federal agents here, which means you wouldn't take the chance there was a kidnapping and you didn't have my money. So if you don't produce it immediately, I'm walking into that lobby and letting everyone know that I can't get my money out. Let's see how long that takes to go viral, and you have a good old-fashioned run in your bank. And then you can play George Bailey in my version of It's a Wonderful Goddamn Life. What do you say? Do you think the good people of Chicago resemble Bedford Falls folk? My money says no. Now, if I want to put all $7,945,400 into a hot tub, get buck naked and play Scrooge McDuck, that's none of your business. Where's my money?
Interior, Chicago Bank, lobby, morning. Marty lugs the wheeled tourister behind him, strains against the 40 pounds loaded in the pink one, another 40 in the duffel over shoulder. Super. $7,945,400. Total. $7,993,050. Interior, bike shop, morning. Marty's trek on a bike stand. Bike shop owner turns the pedals, watches the gears engage. Smooth. Marty observes.
1,500 cash.
Marty rocked. Sputters.
That's $12,000 Trek Madone. This is carbon. You can sell it for $9 easy.
Let's hope so.
7,000.
Take $7,000 worth of risk to make 2. See ya.
Marty, near the end of his rope, glances at the cash register. Owner reads the look, hand closing around a gear wrench. Marty abandons the thought, points to a used 12-speed.
$3,000 and throw in that bike.
2. And I'll sell you
He gestures to a sun-bleached beater apologizing in a corner.
that bike for 100.
50.
Exterior, Chicago Police Headquarters, day. The Camry creeps into a no parking zone. Metal letters on the building declare Chicago Police Headquarters. Stop. The trunk lid bounces once on the $50 bank hanging out. Super. 1,950 total. 7,995,000.
And we'll switch
Int
narratives here to Abiskar.
Interior Marty's Camry. D. Marty's gets semen. Agony in the Toyota. Short $5,000. Witness protection ruination. Death. Sweat rolls breath heavy. He keys the car off, cracks the door, hesitates.
The Great Depression.
Exterior Naperville Park Valley Pavilion. Day. Camry parked. Back door open. Enforcer one side counts cash in the open pink suitcase. Three white Suburbans flank.
That's when the Lake of the Ozarks was built, 1929.
Mhm.
At the time, it was the largest man-made lake in the world.
Interior Pavilion Day. Marty and the sunglass-wearing Dell sit across from each other at a picnic table. Dell.
Today is the third deadliest body of water in the U.S., beyond only the Pacific Ocean and the Colorado River. The Pacific Ocean. But you know all that. You're Marty Bird, and Marty Bird's been planning this a long time. How long again?
Marty.
Long time.
Dell grins. Both turn to the sound of the Camry door shutting. Enforcer one looks at Dell, shakes his head. Dell.
Say it ain't so.
I'm short 5,000.
What did I tell you?
It's not a problem. I have a minivan, a Honda Odyssey. The blue book on it's $27,000. It's the #1 ranked minivan in the U.S. I'll sell it tomorrow.
Dell holds up a hand, stops him.
What do you
Dell.
have left? You? Another car, rainy day money?
Nothing.
Dell.
I'll buy the Odyssey from you for 25. So, I owe you 20. Take it out of the cash.
Marty, relieved, nods in agreement. Dell.
I'll lease it back to you for, say, 1,000 a month.
Marty wants to argue. The amount's steep. Dell.
Upper ranked minivan in the U.S. Good. Now take my 7,975,000 and clean it.
Marty more appalled than shocked. Marty.
Clean it? It was clean. You lose at least 15% cleaning it again, another 25% in taxes, minimum. I could have wired the money into an account and saved us both.
That's not the point, is it?
Marty knows to keep his mouth shut. He nods, no chance, no choice. Turns contemplative.
Marty, the thing I liked most about our relationship, you, me, and Bruce, is that I lacked the drama. See, I'm not a micromanager. I give you dirty cash. You gave it me clean. I came to town twice a year, dinner in Morton's. Bruce pays. I live simple. The rest of my life, drama. So, even though I'm torn between intrigue and thinking this Ozark thing is a complete and utter straw-grasping horseshit, I'm willing to roll the dice. Because I meant what I said. You are special. You've got a gift. But if there's drama, excuses, and you stop answering your phone, if I have to spend time in Missouri, or if I think you're about to fuck me in any way, I'll kill you. You, Wendy, and both of your children. Not in that order.
Dell rises, extends a hand. He and Marty shake. Dell walks.
Drive safely.
The other night, You said, "Where's my 5 million?" Bruce and the Hanson kid took 8.
Del grins, stops. He chuckles, holds up a hand, index and thumb half an inch apart.
I was this close. Almost gone. My Steve McQueen and that. I figured 5 was on the floor. Any loss in it wouldn't be worth it. You're right. I was fishing. I didn't know they stole a thing.
Marty absorbs the shot, deflating.
You killed Liz on a hunch.
Adele, I worked with you on Bruce for how long? You ever know him not to constantly run his mouth?
Del slips his sage on, turns, walks.
Take good care of my money, Marty. Eh?
Marty stares at the top of the bench, listens to kids play. Exterior, Marty's home garage, day. A for sale sign in the front yard, feet away. Marty stands at the back of the minivan, suitcases of cash at his feet, the van's tailgate open. He stares inside, crammed, every available square inch taken with suitcases, clothes, boxes, plastic bins, a case holding two guinea pigs. Charlotte slides next to Marty, surveys the contents.
What's really
Neither
going
look at
on?
the other.
What's really going on, Dad?
I've had a hard 3 days, Charlotte. So if there's anything in here you can combine into one suitcase, anything you've outgrown, don't wear, or don't need.
He can't finish. Charlotte sighs. Interior, high rise, under construction, 50th floor, night. Four Treasury agents, two in suits, two in windbreakers, marked Treasury, comb the site Liz, Rude, Bruce, and Marty. The windbreakers detach bugs from overhead canned lighting. Duncan Petty, 40s, suit, Sir Agent, Sergeant Agent in charge. Elliot Ness, gone to seed, stands still, watches the Chicago skyline. Agent 1 approaches, removes his phone from an ear.
Straight to voicemail. Want me to keep trying, sir?
Petty shrugs, social skills off, uninterested in niceties.
Perhaps he ran, changed his mind, took his chippy, and left the country.
Agent Petty, I think we got them all.
8 bugs went in. I want 8 out. My name's on the requisition.
Windbreaker nods, exits.
You don't seem too upset.
Que sera, sera.
Little was our in. You heard him. He would have been a fantastic government witness.
Mexicans, mafia, Muslims. We all want these people to be more than they are. They're not. They're just a product of their options. If they weren't dealing drugs, extorting businesses, or flying planes into buildings, they'd be cleaning toilets. These aren't criminal geniuses, Agent. They're pathological liars on a path of least resistance. Liddell was no different. Entertaining, though.
I'm confused. Del Rio, Beltran, the Federation. Why'd we do all this if Bruce is just entertaining?
Where is Martinburg?
Exterior, Marty's home backyard night. Marty's garden. Tomatoes ripen, a chirp on the ground, uh, beneath the vines, two fat guinea pigs. Interior, Marty's minivan, moving, night. Jonah and Charlotte sleep. Marty drives, Wendy's shotgun, gazing out. Light traffic on I-70 outside St. Louis. Marty spots the arch in the distance. St. Louis skyline. He turns to wake the kids.
Oh, don't. Oh, look, kids, the arch. Adventure. Pioneers. Gateway to the West. Jumping off point four. Lewis and Davy fucking Crockett. I'll let them sleep.
They drive in sullen silence.
Remind me, what was it about laundering money for a drug cartel that struck you as a good idea?
Long beat, Marty.
Half of all American adults have more credit card debt than savings. 25% have no savings at all. Only 15% of the population can fund 1 year of retirement. You were 8 months pregnant. I was a 28-year-old financial planner in a country where half the population sees Powerball as a viable retirement plan. Last year, we W-2'd $482,000. Remember now?
Wendy with nothing to say. Exterior Marty's minivan moving. Night. Heading south, St. Louis recedes. $50 bike. Last to the top. Interior Marty's minivan moving. Morning. 10 hours in. Static. Marty searches stations. Snippets of gospel. Hank Williams. Sergeant. A Bible sermon. Off. Marty shifts. Back sore. Family asleep. Through the window. A two-lane splits rolling wooded hills. Beautiful. Jonah stirs, sits up, belches. Charlotte wakes.
Oh, you disgust me.
Wendy opens her eyes, sits up. A trio of turkey buzzards rise from the shoulder. A dead armadillo in their wake. And armadillos, the only animal that carries leprosy. They start down a slope, a teaser glimpse of an enormous lake. They roll over Bagnell Dam onto the strip. Early AM, empty. Bumper cars, tattoo parlors, t-shirt shops, ski ball, quarter arcades, a derelict wooden roller coaster, boarded up shops, a relic of the 70s, 80s. Wendy, the kids, soak it in. Marty swings, gooses the van past the tourist trap, stops behind a pickup at a red light.
Oh my god.
Dangling beneath the pickup's trailer hitch, a pair of huge pink rubber testicles, red to green, and the truck moves, testicles swaying. Wendy laughs, glances at Marty. He chuckles. Her laughter grows, his fades, puzzled now. She stops, tears forming, a hand clasped over her mouth. Marty gets it. He drives for a beat, pulls out the shoulder, parks, pops his door. Where are you going, Dad?
To take a leak.
He slams the door shut. Exterior Ozark forest. Morning. Marty moves branches from his face. The road disappears. He stops, turns in a circle, alone. He chokes back a sob, gives in. The last 72 hours washing over him. He kneels in leaves, pine needles, crying, face in the hands.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm so, so sorry.
His crying ebbs. He collects himself, crawls to his feet, wiping his face, pinching off snot. Something catches his eye. He continues on, deeper into the forest. The woods thin seem to fall away. Marty stands at the edge of a towering bluff. Far beneath, miles of glorious sun-sparkled water. He stares. A rustle. Jonas steps next to him, looks. Charlotte joins. Then Wendy. The birds gaze at the vista, transfixed. All right, Dad. Cut to black and end of pilot the Ozark episode 1.
Woo!
Yay!
Yay!
Missouri is actually quite beautiful if you're not there working for a drug cartel.
Yes.
Well, I mean, even if you're working for a drug cartel, maybe.
Well, I suppose maybe even if, yes. There are
Even
quite a
if.
few nice places there. The state parks rank
Mm,
at least fourth in the country for quality.
damn. I mean,
Yeah.
for a place that's
Mhm.
that has the
Oh,
bigger shoreline than the state of California.
that's pretty funny,
Uh,
actually.
It is a big lake
yeah,
and lots and
and,
lots
and,
of
and
rivers.
Lots of
Aubrey,
rivers and streams and everything too.
Aubrey, what was
Yes.
that accent? That was amazing.
Oh, you
I
liked my
want
accent?
I want you to talk this whole episode in that
Oh, you want me to talk an
accent.
accent, huh? Is that what you
Exactly.
want?
That's lit. And that's cool.
I don't
Good
know where it
talent.
came from. All of a sudden, it just happened, and I was like, all right, go with it. It's fun.
I did that once when we were doing the I don't know which episode it was, but I was doing the Russian accent and I sounded so funny, and I
Oh,
remembered that when I was listening to you. That was a good accent.
thank you. I don't. I I did the Transylvanian accent not that long ago. I might have done a Russian one at one point, and it was awful. I'm sure some of these were terrible.
I remember mine. It was awful too. Yours was
Oh, it's
great.
fine.
Yours
Oh,
was
thanks.
great.
Appreciate it. I don't know.
So,
I don't know. I don't know. This guy was not I mean, he was fun, but he was fucking scary.
He was
oh
very
yeah, he
He's
scary.
very
was.
scary.
Yeah.
You can see my dark circles probably. I haven't slept. I've been like on a rampage of binge watching for the last I don't know fucking 12 hours, 13 hours. I started yesterday night. I was like,
Oh
cat,
my
oh,
god.
I can't miss this one. Cat will kill me if I miss this one. I have
I
to
hope
go
I
through
did.
it.
I hope I did Dell some justice then.
Oh, do you give Dell the most justice Dell
Oh,
needed?
but thank you. I
uh,
appreciate that I'm a good villain.
Surely a psychopath, for sure.
Oh, absolutely. He
Yeah.
thinks like the whole thing of him thinking that he just threw that high-powered lawyer off the building, like that gave him so much glee. Like he's like, yeah, I
Yeah,
got the guy.
he
Ah, this is
teased,
fun.
teased with the little stories, backstories that he was giving. He was teasing all the time, and but and it was juxtaposed with a foil. It was great.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Bill Durley wrote this character really nice.
Oh, Jen, no, I know. I love
I
when
got
you stay and we get to have a like some. I mean, I have to get going here soon too. I can't stay like super long, but I just want to say as appreciation, like Jen, your acting was so fantastic. Thank you
It
for
Oh,
was, it was.
and
thank you.
Jen had those, the stresses
yeah,
and the enunciation of the words where I remember that the first lines there was to play cool, stress a bit stressed,
yes,
and she played it so well
it
on
was
all the
really
lines.
really well done. And
It was
Samantha, thank
Thank
you
you.
for
amazing.
coming for your first time. That
Thank
was
you for
great.
having me. This was
Yeah.
very enjoyable.
Yeah,
Uh,
thanks
And it was so much
everybody.
shorter than most of the things I do.
Uh,
You
yeah,
were a
it was not a
wonderful
2 hour movie.
Bruce.
Well,
yeah.
thank you. Thank
Yeah,
you.
you're
See you maybe
wonderful.
in a week or two.
All right, I think we're
That would be
doing
wonderful.
Forrest Gump next, and because it's a movie, we'll probably split into two sections, so it's not quite so long.
Sounds
We'll see
good.
how it goes, but we might read it in one, but most of the time movies we split into two. So
Yeah, the Intermediate Vampire was such a lot.
that was a really long one too.
So good though.
Well, thanks. Bye.
All right,
Bye,
bye.
Samantha. Thank you. Great
Bye.
job.
Bye, Samantha.
Mhm.
Bye,
Right.
Jen. I hope we'll get to have a conversation at some point then.
Yeah, thanks everybody. Yeah, I have to get up really early for work, so it's
I understand.
almost
Trust me, I get it.
it's after 11 now. So, all right,
Yeah.
have a
All right.
wonderful night. Thank you all. You're all great.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye bye. So yeah, I thought when I read the script the first time, I haven't seen I haven't seen any of Ozark. I haven't even seen any previews or anything. And I read through the script, and when he got to killing the people in the industrial, and then throwing Gary off the roof, like, oh my God, how's the rest of this series go? It was like so dark to start with, and it took me a while to figure out what Marty was talking about at the beginning. And of course, he's already at the lake, and it's sort of
Right.
you know,
Yeah,
like, it
and
wasn't
that first
connecting. Then
mon
till I read the rest, and I'm like, oh, okay. how I get it. This is him reflecting later, kind of.
Hmm.
Wait, Kat, so
Mhm.
you haven't watched the
I've never
pilot?
even heard of this show. Yeah, and you apparently just
Really?
binge watched the entire thing, but you have to keep in mind, I don't get live television at my house. So, we can stream, I think we've got Amazon Prime and maybe,
I'd got my Netflix last 3 days ago, so I was like, yeah,
oh
I'm
yeah, we
gonna
don't have
it,
Netflix.
Ozark would be the first one I would binge watching.
So
And
I
and
actually,
and I'm surprised now that Kat, you haven't seen the show, but you were so on point with your
Well, I did read
dialogues.
script
yeah.
ahead, but yeah,
Yeah,
thanks.
I was like, yeah, she's doing the characters
And sorry with my
justice.
cat purring and right in the middle
So
of
cute
things.
to hear your cat purr. I didn't want to mute you.
Yes, my daughter and I are going to watch this series, but we
Oh
have to
man.
finish watching you first.
I
So
haven't watched you. I haven't watched you. I actually been watching this new series I think we should do script reads on. It's called From. I think
Uh,
we should do some readings from that because it's such a fantastic series. It's so good. It's
mhm.
in its third season. I think it just finished its third season, and it is fantastic.
Well, we'll have to
But this
look
kind
this
of
up.
reminds me of it. The reason why I'm talking about it is because it reminds me of it a little bit, a little bit.
now is the
Not the same at
time.
all.
Now is the time to get a list of the shows you would
I will do so.
hopefully want us to read next season. We
Yeah.
can't guarantee they we pick
Oh
from
yeah,
the
of course,
list, but
of course.
definitely that's a good one to put down.
And if
I
you
think we
find
have a
us,
list for this year. I
we,
mean, for the
what's that?
I think we have a list for this,
Yes, we
December.
For
had a
next year?
list for this year, but we don't have one yet for next year. The only thing on
No.
it for next
Oh,
year so far is Neverending Story on January 21st, I
Which
think.
I'm gonna be there. I
oh,
I definitely want to play one of the characters. I don't know which one I want to play yet, but I really want
oh
to play
God,
it.
I have to binge watch again now.
And then someone had a request for Star Wars, and I'm pretty sure I have a copy of a really rough draft where we don't even have Luke Skywalker in it.
Yeah,
Oh
And
wow.
it
yeah,
was
it's a
not the
really,
final
really
draft
bad.
that we did today. I think there were
And
lines in between where I was like, nah, no, that's not the line that Del spoke,
Well,
recited.
there
Yeah.
is so I mean there also is like when you're in the middle of filming,
Yeah, they make
sometimes people
changes.
well also there are improvisations that
Hmm.
will happen and people will just keep them and that happens too.
Probably
That
that's
happens
the case, I
That's
think.
when
true.
I've filmed as well. Like sometimes you'll just come up with things on the spot. Like um the film that I was doing a couple months ago. It was a short, but we came up with this thing right as we were in the middle of filming. It was small, but it was one of those things that you just come up at the moment. You're like, oh, that works so well. It's so cool. And like you just
Oh
go
yeah.
with it. So it's sometimes that just happens when you're filming and yeah, then they keep those. They keep that take and that's the take that, or they just add that into the story.
Yeah.
yeah, I've seen
But
quite a few Avengers movies too, or Marvel movies where,
Yeah, they
characters
have like
come
a
by,
half
so the
the.
directors will say, "Oh yeah, we'll put that in. That's great."
Yeah, really, every movie of the that Avengers make, I think they have different directors for every movie. So
yeah, and Robin Williams actually is like
He's really good. That's right.
infamous for just doing things on the fly, and they're just like, okay.
nah, he is the greatest improviser of
Oh, he was
I,
fantastic improviser.
I've read the Patch Adams screenplay. Like I was it was 2 months ago. I watched that Patch Adams movie like midnight
Oh yeah, Patch Adams. Uh-huh.
11 p.m. And I liked the writing of that movie so much. I downloaded the screenplay and I was going through lines, and I was like, yeah, no, these are not even one of the lines, not a single lines were same that
Because
Robin Williams
unpopular
did.
opinion, that movie
He
actually
improvised.
isn't good. The only one who actually made that movie even anywhere good is Robin
Robin
Williams.
Williams. I think that.
Because that
But
movie
you,
is
hey,
not good.
fight me on this, Aubrey. But the lines were amazing. The way it was,
Well, that's
the
because a
dialogues
lot
were
of times
written.
it's Robin Williams.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, after reading this screenplay, I was like, yeah, it was improvised.
There,
Yeah.
you need truly good actors to make terrible screenplays good.
I'm scared right now because I'm writing one that is around 10 pages. It's a
Okay.
short that I'm writing on. It's about three cousins and
Okay.
one of them suicides, and
Oh,
the reason behind
geez.
it unravels in those next 10 pages. So I'm just thinking of the story.
Hmm.
Interesting.
I've like
It sounds
I've
interesting though.
Hmm.
If when
yeah.
you're done with it, I'd love to read it
Yeah,
sometime.
I've used some Chekhov's gun too in that movie, and how I can impose ex ma machina on that.
Hmm.
I'm doing on it, my
And a
little
MacGuffin. Do you have a
cigarette, and
MacGuffin?
yeah,
And and may I mention that we have actually read original scripts with Table Read Tuesdays, so
That's
that's
amazing.
also a possibility.
City Song. I was in one of them. The City Song was one of them, I think, by
Right?
Phil Kay.
I
Uh,
I will probably take you guys up on that sometime because I have some original scripts that I'm gonna need to be.
if when I complete it, I would get the Table Read Tuesdays to do it first.
We'd be happy to read it. So
Yeah.
always nice. That's one
I
reason we do this channel, so that we have a chance for script writers and screenwriters to have a chance to
Yeah.
have their material read. So if you're out
Definitely.
there on
I,
YouTube and you've got a script, send it to us.
yeah.
will read it for
Yes.
you.
I've been talking to Trevor Lee Smith about the script, and I'm taking some help from him. We're
All right,
completing it. We're close.
all right, guys. I do have to get going. Abiscar, one of these days though, I would love to have a sit down with you and we could talk about the three types of villains or the different types of villains.
Definitely.
I think that would
Yeah,
be such a fun discussion
yeah.
to do. So we should do it sometime
It would be good.
for
Aubrey,
sure.
I would be delighted, to talk about the bully, the mastermind, the psychopath, and
Hmm.
how the mirror villain, the looming threat, and the villain protagonist that there is.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's what struck me about this script too, is there's not a single good person in it, really. I mean,
Yeah,
there's
Except for
yeah.
the
rogues,
kids.
there's there might be a few there's FBI agents maybe, but
Except
most
for
of
the
the characters,
teenagers. Except for the
yeah.
Yeah.
teenagers. They're the only ones that are really innocent in all of
And the
this.
movie, someone told me about it's like Breaking Bad, but it isn't really at the core of the movie. It's the character, our protagonist is a villain protagonist. There's
Yeah.
not a looming threat or a mirror villain, but he is a villain protagonist. But it's so different from Breaking Bad. And, I don't know why one of my friend called me like, yeah, it's like Breaking Bad.
Yeah, I mean it's framed as if he's the protagonist, but yeah, you think about it, it's more surf under the surface. And you're like, actually, Marty's not a good dude either.
Mm-mm.
None of them are
Yeah,
good. None of them are good. None of the adults are
he's a
actually good.
villain protagonist.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, which is an interesting arc. I mean, Dell is a really scary villain, but if you think about it, like they're all doing all doing terrible things.
Several things. And
Pretty funny.
it's juxtaposed so good, the story whole that we are rooting for him now.
Yeah, they make it so you're endearing to him because he loses everything and even like his best friend. But you think about even beforehand when he thought he was on top of everything,
I
you
mean,
realize,
while
oh wait,
writing
he's not so good.
protagonist, I think that's an important thing to give the audience, to make the audience have empathy for
Mhm.
the protagonist, and maybe even if it is villain protagonist.
And they don't have to be well. And the other thing is, you can have different types of protagonists. They don't have to be the perfect protagonist. They can have their own flaws and their own. I mean, that's why we have this thing,
Right.
Gary Sue or Mary Sue. Anyways, we're getting
Gary
into this
Sue
discussion,
Myers.
and I have to go. But I appreciate all of you. Thank you so much, YouTube. Thank you so much, Kat and Vicky and Abascar. You guys are always so wonderful. Just sitting here with Tuesdays and getting to act with you guys. It's such an honor. I have
Yeah.
to go.
It's so
It's
much fun. And thank you all for your work tonight. It
Yes,
was
thank
it
you.
was awesome.
It was awesome. It was awesome. I
It was
enjoyed
fantastic.
it. I enjoyed it reading.
Yeah.
Uh,
All right. Bye,
All right.
guys.
Good night, Aubrey.
Good night.
Good night,
Good
Aubrey.
night.
Yeah. I just realized it's Tuesday in there right now. I'm on Wednesday morning and it's going to be afternoon now. It's 10 a.m. in the morning, and I'm glad I don't have to go to school now because last every table read Tuesdays that I've done before I was like rushing in these discussion phases. Like, and
Yeah.
I have to go to school. Yeah, I have to rush.
Are you
Yeah.
done with school then, or you just don't have it
Yeah, I've,
together?
I've graduated and now I'm getting into college next month. So yeah,
Awesome. That's cool.
it is. Let's talk about Ozark. Beautiful city, beautiful lake.
Ozark is pretty. That's for sure. The Ozarks are gorgeous.
Oh, it
Hmm.
is.
I lived in Missouri for like 10, 11 years. Not in the Ozark area, but close enough to visit. So
Mm.
really, really pretty state. But yeah, I got that section about chigger
So
infected legs, and I'm like, oh yes, Missouri is also bug central. Chiggers, ticks, June bugs, cicadas.
Oh.
You know, the only bugs I liked were the fireflies, which they had
that's
lots of fireflies.
oh
But
no.
you really, you know, a mosquito is the size of birds, right? It was,
Mosquitoes are danger. I've had one mosquito, female mosquito bit me, and I got I had to rest for a week. I
a
got
week.
yeah, I got dengue.
Oh, dengue.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's pretty awful.
That's
Hmm.
pretty awful. That's the most hated bug ever.
But I hear that the script writer, I believe the script writer is from Missouri, which is why he said it in the Ozarks, if I did my
Who,
reading right.
Bill Dolly? Bill Dolly?
I read
Dolly?
something about that. I could be wrong, but
Maybe he is, but yeah, wherever he's from, he's a great writer.
mm,
We have to give him that. There were some, references that I didn't understand in between, like few references.
like what?
Like that one, Steve something one. I didn't know that the last one dialogue that Del and Marty were having. It was like, this is not Steve, something, something. It was, I didn't get that reference.
I don't remember it.
Mhm. I don't exactly remember the line, but I didn't get it, what I was trying to say there. Like a lack of reference.
Well, let's see. Ozark went 4 seasons at least, it says.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I still, I have to go for like season two, season three, season four. I think it will take 2, 3 days now. Season one was a pack of buster. It was.
Why do you say that?
I don't want to spoil it for you,
Oh, well, you
Kat.
don't have to
Yeah,
give me
right.
spoilers, but okay.
I'm going to be watching it, so
Oh, you haven't
Uh,
seen it yet either, Vicky?
no.
I think the director of the movie is the one who's playing Marty, right?
Yeah,
Jason
Jen.
Miller or
Marty,
something.
Jen, yeah.
Yeah.
Jen was
Yeah,
playing Marty.
she's very familiar with it. We
Oh, yeah.
talked before. Yeah.
Oh, nice one.
Yeah, what's one of her favorite shows, she said.
Yeah.
I think it might be mine too.
Oh, so it looks like the writers for the series brought an FBI agent who worked on financial crimes into the writers' room in order to make the money laundering scenes as realistic and sensible as possible for the script. And they also brought
Sensible.
in a hedge fund manager for information about moving large sums of money. So, to get that sort of plausible feeling.
Yeah. And all
Oh, but you
good.
know, they didn't film it in Missouri.
Didn't they?
No, they filmed most of it in Atlanta, Georgia, Lake Allatoona and Lake Lanier because of the tax
Okay,
breaks
okay.
offered by Georgia. So I'm sure a few scenes were actually set, maybe some of the establishing shots, whatever, are probably done in the Ozarks. But
I love the establishing, the monologue that Marty had at the first,
mm-hmm.
that 2 minute sequence.
Yes,
Hmm.
with the dead
It was,
catfish in the
yeah,
coolers.
that was one of the best starter, I would say.
Yeah. It really established things.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
comment
it
about
summed up what is all, the money is not the measure of your success, but it's the measure of your choices,
measure of your choices.
choices,
Yes.
Hmm.
and the
Mm-hmm.
options they would take on later throughout the season. Yeah, it
But
it
having
comes.
having had
And
at least
that one 15% goes something. What was that? The percent one, 15%, 25%, and 85% who gets to live off 1 year after their retirement if they
mm-hmm.
die in 1 year. And that was line. And that was in the monologue too, and it connected at the last. So it came a full circle in the pilot. Yeah, it was the same exact line from the monologue they used at the last.
All right, close
I
this
call
one.
it Chekhov's gun, I guess.
Let's
That
see.
was good.
It was good.
Yeah.
You know,
After
and
watching it,
yeah,
like watching it, and now that I try to relate all the lines, reading them, and relating it to the scene, and how it all laid down in the acting
is this
and the
one fairly
directing.
close to what was actually filmed?
Yeah, it was pretty close, I would say.
Right, because yeah, this script didn't have any shooting numbers or anything on it, so I figured they must have
Yeah,
done another draft or so afterwards, probably. But
probably. As I said, there were a few lines, that were different in the episode. So it must have been there must have been changes to the script later on.
but yeah, it kind of it followed that sort of nice. I mean, there was no acts listed in there, but kind of that whole nice 5 act thing with you got your teaser at the beginning, and then you've
Mm-hmm.
got a couple of establishing scenes with Marty and Bruce and Liz in the high-rise building there, and then you get Marty's home for the next section. Then you've got the whole really long section. Well, at least it felt really long with Dell, you know, um, shooting
Important one.
everybody and killing everyone and whatnot. And then another really long section of Marty scrambling to get $8 million. And that was what was really kind of shocking,
How
that
many
you could
how
get
many conflicts were established
how many
in
conflicts.
that act? Yeah, in that second act, how many conflicts were there?
Well, there's a conflict between, well, obviously Dell and Bruce and Marty.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's a little conflict between Bruce and Marty because they were debating about that apartment, the office building they were going to get. And then obviously set up that conflict between Wendy and Marty.
And then
You
Marty,
know,
then
uh,
I about that the marriage situation and
yeah,
all.
the marriage situation there. Um,
Uh,
so there's at
yeah,
least
there
three.
were there were three inciting events we can call them. Those were three inciting elements, and I love how they use that Ozark, from the poster to the glossy paper that came out of his pocket when he was on his knees, and he suddenly started to doze off and start reciting this exact lines that Bruce told him, the same quote unquote lines. Yeah, yeah, that was another Chekhov's gun I noticed there. That was a good one.
Yep.
Mm.
But yeah, Bruce didn't recognize the strawberry blonde in the porno film. That's obviously supposed to be
Ah,
Wendy, and maybe he just got a quick glimpse. But
mhm.
um,
I found that in episode in the last in the ending of the episode, that okay, that was Wendy. I was I thought it was some random, yeah, but it was someone stupid.
and I guess that's the surveillance footage to get what is it? The I can't
No,
read.
it was from
Bob
the
Evans.
PI PD, personal detective. He got that footage
Hmm.
somehow, and the computer's stolen now.
Oh yeah, so there's a possibility that it's going to show up. I have no
Uh,
idea if it does,
and,
but
and I'm not gonna say
and you're
anything
not
right
going to tell
now.
me.
I don't want to ruin your experience. Uh,
Well, I'm going to dash away.
Okay, I think I need to get going too. The kitties need their dinner as well, and I need mine. But it's munching on potato
So we'll
chips.
see
the
you
cat and the
next
cat.
week.
Is it next week already? I guess it is. Is it, or is it
Oh,
2 weeks? What week? What is today? I have no
Isn't
idea.
it?
It
might
might
be
be
It's
two
2 weeks.
it's
weeks.
It might
it's
be. Let
November
me
20
double
today.
check
It's
because
it's
this
two
is a
weeks.
regular
It's 2 weeks.
scheduled one, so it might be in.
Yeah.
Although, what is this? Is this because it's not the end of the month yet?
It's in 15 days, I think. It's in
15 days.
December, the never-ending story. I think it's in December now.
Well, Never Ending Story is in January. That much I know.
Okay, January. Okay, that
Yeah,
was
but
a lot
December is
off.
Forrest Gump, I believe, and
Forrest Gump.
Gremlins.
Okay, it's going to
Forrest
be a
Gump and
bit.
Gremlins, but I'm not sure which is. I think Forrest Gump first, and then Gremlins second.
Are we going to do it in
Yes.
like two parts or single part?
Depends on how long the script is.
It's long.
Yeah.
It's
So
like 150 or
probably
160 probably.
probably over 2 days. So we have spaces. We have a date reserved if we need to for a second reading of Forrest Gump, and then but Gremlins we would have to finish in January because of the Christmas holidays and whatnot. So let me
Yeah.
take a look. I'll put it up here on the screen so we can take a look at it. Let me close this out.
Give it a look.
F11. Kind of where we're at here. Share. Scoop. There it is. Okay. So stop. So yeah, we just. Oh wait, no, we do have something next week because we have. Wait, do we read part two of Dracula? No,
We haven't yet.
we
No. So
haven't. So
that's,
next week is part two of Dracula.
yeah.
I've forgotten about that
Okay.
one. And so then we go into Forrest Gump and Gremlins.
Add me in for that part two of Dracula.
Yeah, so you don't have to be you don't have to have read the first half. We stop
Yeah.
partway through.
You can
I
be
gotta
in
say,
it.
but you could be in
Oh,
it if you
okay.
wanted.
Mm.
So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, part two Dracula. So yeah, next
Mm.
week. So we pretty much have all the next 1, 2, 3, 4 Tuesdays. It looks like
Okay. You're doing great
19,
work, Kat. And all
26.
these
It is.
schedules, work, and all.
Why does that not add up to? Shouldn't that be 25th? Today's the 19th. 7 days is. Oh no, I guess it is 26, isn't it? I can't
Yeah,
add.
it's just 26. Come on.
I can't add 9 plus 7. Oh my goodness, I must be tired.
Uh,
So that should at least be a short one because it's only half a script. So
Yeah. Yeah. We've gone halfway. So, yeah. So we will see you next Tuesday for Dracula.
okay, all right, sounds great. I'm gonna close out our meeting and then I'll post an event page for those who want to read, and then we'll say goodnight. So
Good night.